the client does not contain or doesn't have any logic, because the bad guys, they can also join this framework, and if any logic is in the client, he can perhaps manipulate the logic of the client and so do harm to the framework. So we said, okay, for the extension we have 3 different stages. The first status is a fresh client status. This means you download the extension, you install it, then the extension got the status of a fresh client. The second status is the running client status. This means the extension already obtains some important data or information, for instance, the next ticket and a nonce. And we have a wrong client status. This is, to say it in a simple way, it's just if you're not fresh and you're not running, then you're wrong. And if you're wrong, you have to start at the beginning. So you get a fresh client status. So the fresh client protocol. You install the extension at first in step 1. So the extension checks, okay, do I have a ticket? No. Do I have a nonce? No. Okay, let's request for a nonce. Otherwise, change the protocol. Because if you already obtain a ticket and a nonce, you can change the protocol to a running client status. Then you request the nonce. The server checks, okay, are the security parameters okay? I issue a nonce. You get back the nonce and a delay time. Then you have to wait until the delay time is over, and then you can use this nonce in order to request the ticket. So you send the nonce and the ticket request back to the server, and the server checks, okay, is the nonce correct or is it valid, and is the delay time over? After that, I issue the ticket. Sends back the ticket to the extension. The extension says okay, I wait a fixed delay time, and after that, I use the ticket in order to request the real phony token data set. Again, the server checks, okay, is the ticket valid? Okay, I issue the phony token, and sends back the phony token, the next update time, and the ticket, the next ticket. This means now the client can attack the phishing web page, then it waits until the next update time is over, and after that, I will begin the protocol from the beginning, but with a new ticket. This means now the client obtains the running client status. So the running client protocol is, it's a small extraction of the fresh client protocol. So it just says, okay, check for a ticket. Yes, I have a ticket. I have also a nonce. So let's request a phony token. Send the ticket to the server. The server says, okay, is the ticket valid? Issue a phony token. Send the phony token back to the extension with the next update and the ticket information, and so on. And now we have an inner circle. As you can see, we have an inner circle of the clients who all obtain a valid nonce and ticket, and they can request each time a new phony token. And we have these new extensions which have to process some protocol steps in order to get a running client status. Okay, so far the theoretical things. Now let's watch another movie. All right. Okay, so we start our Firefox. We install the extension. I hope it's a little bit small. Okay, what we do, we install the extension. That's the normal way of installing extensions for the Firefox. The extension is installed. Okay, now restart. At the bottom, you see the server logs of the mainframe. And now you see what happens. The extension is automatically running, and it says, okay, I don't have a nonce, I don't have a ticket. Let's request a nonce. And I hope you can see it. Now, status is rec nonce, so request for a nonce. The extension has to wait some time, but it stores all the nonces and tickets in the preferences. After that, it gets back a valid nonce, and then with the nonce, it can request the ticket. As you can see here, the nonce is transferred back to the server. The server will now check if the nonce is valid, and if the delay time is over, and after that it will issue the ticket. Now at the bottom you see the log files of the phishing server. So okay, the ticket is valid. We send back the ticket, so we request a phony token data set. We get this phony token data set, and now we parse the XML structure. We use all the information which is stored in the XML file, and we attack the victim. In this case, the phishing server. So we have to request first the index file, then the additional files. Then we have to wait the human response time. In this case, it's only 10 seconds. And after that, we act or we simulate the submission of the phony tokens. So after this actions, the extension will wait again some time. After that, request a new phony token set, and so on and so on. Okay, in this case, both targets are the same. But normally it would attack another another phishing server. So I think a lot of you now think, oh, this is a little bit, I don't know, I think there are a lot of security considerations we have to discuss. So the first fact is the fisher can join this framework. Nobody prevents the fisher from downloading one of these extensions or this extension and install it, and the fisher will check how this works and what are the protocols and how does this whole stuff with the nonces and tickets work, etc. So first of all, the client-server interaction is only possible over SSL or TLS, and the certificate fingerprints are embedded into the extension. The extension, each time the extension, or you start the Firefox with the running extension, the extension will check, okay, are the certificates valid? Otherwise, the extension will do nothing. So, yeah. The next question is, we request data from the phishing web servers. And, I mean, one of you perhaps, some of you would think, hey, it's possible that I put malicious content on the phishing servers, and if the extension comes around and requests all the data, I can infect them or use some exploits. So this is not possible because the extension does not interpret any data it receives from the phishing web servers. It just sends out the requests and leaves the traces in the log files, but the responses are just thrown away. So it does not interpret any content. All right, next argument. It does not work if the fisher or the phishing web page contains any active content. This means it's possible that the fisher says, okay, now I will send each time a potential victim connects to my web server, I will send a challenge. For instance, a JavaScript challenge. This does not work. Then this extension does not work anymore because it does not interpret any or does not execute any code. So the Firefox extension is just a slave without a soul. It does not do anything with the responses from the phishing web servers. All the